Oh my gosh, you guys aren't going to believe it. I've been sitting here talking for 10 minutes and I didn't realize I wasn't live. And I happened to look up in the corner and it said scheduled. And I'm like, why would it say scheduled? It's never said that before. And then I looked over in the right corner and it has the go live blue button. I was on here talking, saying hello to everyone, greeting everyone. Now I've got to go all the way back to the beginning and greet you guys again. I was so proud of myself because I was on time with the live. I was on time with getting the comments. I was keeping up with them. And then I saw Caroline said, are we still going? And I was looking, what is she talking about? And that's when I looked over and saw, oh my gosh, woo! Well, what a way to end the year. Me screwing up. But next year, no more. No more. I am, whoo, buddy. Well, let me go back and greet everyone again. Hello, Caroline, for the second time. Hello, 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 Nora. Oh my gosh, Caroline, you're the first one in the house, and I already saw that Nora had said you got a crown, but I'll go back to that comment because I'm going up to the beginning again. Oh, hello, Joy. You guys, I can't believe. Woo, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Hey, Vaughns. Hey, Miss Net. Am I missing anyone? Let's see. Let me try and get back down to where I was. Well, I was where everyone was saying. Let's see. I was below the crown. I was below the where Nora said she got the email. Yeah, I was where when Caroline said, "Are we still on?" And Nora said, "It starts in a few minutes." Oh my gosh. Hello, Panda Chicken Mama. Oh my gosh. Whoo, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Well, we are on now. I hit the, I don't think, have I ever done that before, guys? Let me know. Have I ever not hit the go live? I probably have. I probably have, to tell the truth. But I don't remember doing it before. But yeah, actually, I do think I was on here talking once and didn't realize I wasn't on live. But I thought I was past that. I guess I'm not. I guess I'm regressing. Jessica keeps telling me how old I am. She goes, poor old lady, because I keep having to have her call me on my phone so I can find my phone. And she's like, Mom, I'm tired of doing this. I'm like, well, you don't think I'm tired of having you do it? But anyhow, hey, Miss Net. I think, let's see, I'm trying to catch up. I was at Garden Oasis. Hello, hello. Marta, hello, hello. Uh why are messages being held for review? Huh. Garden Oasis, have you been misbehaving in other people's chats? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I did anything. I haven't touched anything. The only thing I did was come on here and talk without being on live. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's see who else. Thank you, Caroline. You guys hit that like button. Hit that like button. Actually, I have a video that is just airing, I think, about now. Let me see if I hit that to go. I may have messed that up too, but it was supposed to go. Let's see if it's on or not. I'm checking to see if my video went on because if I messed up on this, I might very well have not uploaded my video. But let me just check real quick because I want to make sure it did go up. Because if it didn't go up, I don't upload on Sunday, so that means I'd have to wait till Monday. So let me see if it videos. Oh yeah, it's up. Okay, my video is up. There's nothing like that. Oh my goodness. Just so you know, I have a video that aired. After you get off here, go over and check it out. It's a video on, there was a video I saw, and it was a wonderful video. It was talking about how to make your vehicle go 350,000 miles. Well, I shared some of the things that he had, some of the things my dad had told me, but my dad didn't tell me why. He just told me, do this, don't do this, do this, don't do this. But this guy went into the explanations of things you can do to really extend the life of your vehicle. And now, with cars costing, a new car costing easily, and we're not talking about a Mercedes or a Porsche or something. We're talking about just regular cars being $25,000. We're talking about a little Honda Civic. We're talking about extraordinarily high prices for new and used cars, plus high interest rates on them. So we all want to keep our cars as long as we can. In fact, I hope the rest of my cars last for forever, So I thought it was a good time to show, and a lot of people are going to be out in the desert in quartzsite now and really need to do some things to protect their vehicles while they're out in the desert. So go over and check it out after we get off the live. Let's see who else. Hey, Patty says, hi, everyone from Missouri. How is the flooding, Vons? I saw some in San Diego too. Wow, high desert sure got flooded. Palm Springs, there were areas in Palm Springs that were flooded too. It was a lot of rain. Vaughn says, hi, Patty. No flooding here, but definitely in some areas north of me in the mountains. Oh, yeah, definitely in the mountains. Graham says oh boy, here goes Graham. There was a young man from Australia who painted his bum like a dahlia. The colors were true red, white, and blue, but the smell of that flower was a failure. Okay, I'm not quite. Graham, sometimes your jokes go over my head, I must admit. Maybe this is an IQ test. Anyhow, hey, Sheila, hello. And hope to see you within the next day or so. We'll see. We'll see how things are going here. Hey, Cheryl and Liza. Hey, Liza is Nora's niece. Oh my gosh. Hey, Randy, I was praying for you this morning, Randy, praying that you're having a speedy recovery and you're coming up 100% plus. So I was just praying for you this morning. Thank you, Randy. Let's see. Let's see who else. Well, Martin got it. I didn't get it, Graham. I didn't get it. Vaughn saying hello to everyone. I'm so happy to see you too, Liza. Graham said, for the night was dark and gloomy. The toilet light was dim. I heard a crash. I heard a splash. Good Lord, he's fallen in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Who else? Sheila says, so I don't have to be lonely this Saturday night. No, you don't, Liza. You can join us and join in all the fun and mischief and everything else going on. But I want to eventually get to find out. I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore. I just don't do them. But what I do try and do is focus on things I want to accomplish in the year, not a resolution. Oh, I'm going to, do this, or I'm going to, but things I'd like to accomplish, things I'd like to improve on, and things I'd like to do better. And I'd love to hear what some of the things that you all are looking for, and things I'm looking forward to in the new year. I think that's a way to put it. Things I'm looking forward to and things I want to shed come the new year. I'm going to be going to, let's see, is it my 50th? Let's see, 71, 81, 90. No, I'm going to my 55th high school reunion next year I think it's in April. I got to check. But yeah, 55. 55th. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness. I hope to at least look halfway decent when I get there. But hey Jojo, hello. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Stella says, I'll say hello again. We've got 11 inches of rain this week. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey, Lindy. Hello. I hope to see you in a few days too, Lindy. Let's see. Graham says, good day to all fellow Globies from Hinty, Australia. Okay. Ma SF Garden Oasis says, nope. All I type is hello, Caroline. Globies as always. Okay. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. And Stella says, yes, I want to keep my van running till I die. Yes. I don't want to have to buy a new vehicle. I really don't. So I gave you some tips. Some of the things I think you guys probably know, but some of them I had no clue. I had no idea. But I'll give you one tip. And this is one that my dad used to always tell me, but he didn't tell me why, other than just don't get all the gunk through your engine. But he used to always say, don't get below a quarter tank. And uh, in the video, I share what Chris is the person who, in fact, you know what? I need to, I forgot, I need to do the link from his, let's see, your car run 300. Yeah, he talked about how to make your car run 300 thousand miles. So I wanted to let's see, do I have it? Uh I don't see it anyhow, but I need to do the link for his channel. But he shared why that's so important. And I'll let you guys watch the video to find out why. And it's not just from the gunk or stuff like my dad said coming up from the bottom of the tank or whatever. There is other reasons why you should not let your tank get real low. It impacts and it can damage your vehicle. But there's a lot of good tips on there. And some things that you really need to pay attention to if you're going to be in the desert, in all the dirt and dust and sand and everything that's in the desert. So go over and check that out after the live is over. Um, Sheila is saying hello, hello. Thank you, Letha. Happy holidays to you as well. Um, Patty says, yeah, Jessica, that's to make you feel needed. Yeah, laughing out loud. Yeah, Jessica is to make me feel needed. All right. Make me feel like I'm losing my mind. but needed too. Okay, okay. Uh uh Sheila's saying hi to Mickey. Hi to Mickey. Did I miss Mickey? Well, hi Mickey. Hello, hello. Um Everyone's saying Eliza says, and Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year. I am planning on doing, I will be somewhere where I will have internet on New Year's Day. So I am going to do a live at 3 o'clock on New Year's Day. Oh, I try to do it on Christmas. So I want to start, they say, however you start the new year. I know this is superstition, but however you start the new year is how you'll do it the rest of the year. So I want to make sure I start the new year with you, spending some time with you all. And you're my other family, and I want to spend some time with you on New Year's, even if it's not a whole lot of time, because we're going to be cooking up a storm on New Year's. Of course, now we always have black eyed peas for good luck, and we have greens in the house for prosperity. We eat greens and black eyed peas. No matter what else, if we don't eat anything else on New Year's Day, we have greens and black eyed peas. So yeah. So I do want to spend a little bit of time with you all, and maybe I'll show you the food if we have it ready by then. I don't know. It's not my house where I'll be, so we'll see. But Panda Chicken Mama says, Carol Graham forgot punctuation on his joke. Oh, okay. All right, was that it? So it wasn't me just not getting it, huh? Okay, good. Hey, Yvonne, hello, Yvonne, hello from Canada. I hope I'm going to say this right. Assayos, British Columbia, and loving it. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. Now, you're loving it. Is it very cold there right now? I imagine it would be a bit chilly, but I've been to British Columbia and it's absolutely beautiful there. Just beautiful. Sheila says, I'm here. Let me know when you get here, whenever. We got rain, but everything is going good. Okay, yeah. It was supposed to be raining everywhere. Arizona, California, you name it. They were having rain. Hey, Mo 2 cents. Hello from Oregon. Hello up in Oregon. I have made many trips up to Oregon for different meetups, and then to go have my van worked on. Oh my goodness, lots of trips up in Oakland. Oh, snow last night in Brooklyn. So, oh wow, wow, how cool is that? If I was in the snowy weather, I'd like to be in a cabin. I remember one Christmas we were in Big Bear and we got snowed in. Yep, we couldn't even the gas went off. We couldn't even cook the turkey until later because the gas went off. Oh my goodness, or the electric or whatever it was, electric I guess went off. Uh, Cheryl says, uh, Miss Net, how lovely you are. Yes, she is. Miss Net is lovely, isn't she? Yes, Liza, I bet it was beautiful, especially if you're outside looking at it. But we were talking about on New Year's Eve having hot chocolate by a fire outside, but I told them I'm not really a hot chocolate person. I mean, I will drink it. Now, there are some hot chocolates. I mean, if they really, really, you know, uh, fix it up. I mean, really go all out. But I prefer hot spiced apple cider. That's my preference over hot chocolate. Hey, Jackie McDonald. Hello, hello, Jackie. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. The crew is here today. Uh uh Cheryl says New Year's revolution or revaluation. So what are you reevaluating, Cheryl? Because that's what I want to know. What are people reevaluating? That's a good way to put it. What are you reevaluating and saying I need to do some tweaks here or some tweaks there and maybe drop this or maybe even leave some people behind that have become too toxic or add this? What are some of the things that you're doing? Panda Chicken Mama says, I'm looking forward to retiring and moving to my off grid Texas place this year. Yay! Woohoo! Great for you. I am so happy for you, Panda Chicken Mama. I know you've been talking about it. I am so excited for you. Oh my goodness. Janice, hello, Janice. How are you? Nora says there isn't enough money to pay me to go to a high school reunion. Well, I went to my 50th, and that was very interesting. Now, there is a classmate whose parents own a winery in Napa Valley. So she usually has us over there. It's like a weekend. We go to the school for one day and we have spend the day there. And then we usually go to her house for a day or two. And she has us over there for a spread and all this stuff and, things going on. So I don't know. We'll see if she's doing that this year or not. But one year she had it as at I think it was at her house, and another year they have a home out near the winery, a beautiful home out in Napa Valley. So they have the home in the city and then the home out near the winery. So we'll see how it works out this year. We'll just see. Janice is saying hello to everyone. So, hey, Bussa Move, did I miss Bussa Move? Hello, hello. How are you doing? If I've missed anyone, come along and say hello so I don't miss you because I got so discombobulated on here talking to myself for 10 minutes. Whoo, buddy. Sheila says, my father said that about the gas below. Yeah. Yeah, my dad used to always tell me, don't. Well, first of all, he didn't want me running out of gas in the middle of nowhere and being stranded. But otherwise, he didn't, because I was always driving his car. He didn't want me driving, and he would say that it would get gunk. But it's other things too, really other damage that it can cause and erode over periods of time if you do. Clark is saying, when can we expect to be able to purchase glow in the dark bee magnets? I don't know. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Oh my goodness. Uh Graham says, Charlie, your blue healer has bitten another person. Uh-oh. Charlie, our blue healer. Uh-oh. This makes his 10th? Unfortunately for him, it will be his last. Now slated for a lead injected earring. A lead injected earring. I don't want to go there. But what? Why? How is he? First of all, how is he able to get close to people to bite that many people? That's I've never heard of a dog that's bitten 10 people. Good gracious. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. He's not a healer. He's a he's doing the opposite of healing. Let me just put it like that. Uh, hey Barry, hello, hello. I'll be seeing you next month. Oh my goodness, looking forward to it. And I forgot everything you showed me about the van, so you're going to have to show me again because the day that you showed me, as you know, there were some things going on that had me completely out of sorts. So you'll have to show me everything all over again, Barry, but I know that you will. You're such a patient guy. Barry saying, good afternoon, everyone. I will be leaving Sunday at midnight, heading towards Quartzsite. I do hope a bunch of the Globies will meet there. Hope to see you. Oh my goodness. So if you're leaving at midnight on that'll be tomorrow will be, let's see. Oh, so you're leaving at midnight tonight, the 27th. So you'll probably get there about New Year's Day or so. So you'll probably be there a week or yeah, okay. All right. I'm looking so forward to seeing you, Barry. I really am. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have a Globie get together. And me and Lindy are having a meetup. We'll have to announce where. We haven't quite got it figured out, but we are planning on having a joint meetup in Quartzsite, and we'll give you more information about it. Vaughn's asking Janice, are you going to Quartzsite? Janice says, I wish I had a vehicle. Oh, okay. Well, maybe next year, Janice. Maybe next year. Panda says condensation can happen in gas tanks. The more air in the tank, the more water vapor it has. Also, fuel pumps are now usually in the gas tank. Oh, really? And removing the tank to replace the pump is a pain. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but it's a lot of information in this vehicle, on vehicles in this video that I posted. And this guy really, really knows a lot and he really explains a lot. So yeah, this is how to make your vehicle last for decades. So go check the video out. But anyhow, meanwhile, back to the live. Clark says, change motor oil every 5,000 miles and air filter, change transmission and differential oil as recommended, or sooner flush brakes fluid at 100,000. Yeah, I do my motor oil every 3,500. Now, if you're on mostly highway, 5,000 is fine. But if you're in town and you're doing a lot of in town driving, I would say 3,000 to 3,500, Clark, is just, and if you're in Quartzsite, anyone who's going to be in Quartzsite for the whole 7 months, you need to change your air filter. You absolutely need to change your air filter. It is so dusty and sandy and dirty. You have got to change your air filter if you're going to be in Quartzsite for the whole season. But again, I don't want to give away everything. Just check out the video. Sheila says, my mechanic always did and said the same thing. Yeah. Cheryl says, Carol, what's up with the tiny house build? Well, the person who's going to consult with us on it is finishing up on a tiny house he's building right now. He's actually doing a shed to tiny house conversion. And I'm actually trying to get over there. In fact, trying to get over there to look at his, because it's not so far from where I'm going to be. But so he says he'll be through with his by the end of January. But you know how things come. Could be longer, who knows. But he says he should be through with his that he's building by the end of January. And I'm actually I wanted to go over and see it because he was doing the insulation last time I talked, and I wanted to see what kind of insulation he was doing. But I've kind of decided on the tiny house we're going to build, I want to do foam insulation. I think foam is the best. And on a whole house, no, you couldn't afford to do foam. But on a tiny house, that's kind of almost not a whole lot bigger than a van, So I think foam is the way to go on a tiny house. But what's happening is I'm waiting for that. And I'm still doing some research on trailer. I don't know what trailer to get. We're looking to see what trailer And I'll be candid, I'm also seeking some sponsors to help. If I don't get sponsors, I'm still going to build it. But I thought, hey, why not get some sponsors who could help, and maybe I could develop a relationship with them when I do the tiny house community, and maybe they can get involved there. So just some ideas, some marketing ideas I've been thinking about. But that's what's happening, Cheryl, on the tiny house build. I'm waiting till he gets through and he is available. He really doesn't have the time to consult with us right now because he's finishing his own build. But he said after he gets through with that, he'll have more time. And also, there's a couple that the gentleman who I met in Quartzsite, and I got to call them to see if they're going to be in Quartzsite, because they had said when I started doing some builds on things for my tiny house community, they would be available. And he has already built an addition onto a really nice house. So I know he knows a lot about construction. So I'm not going to try and do this without getting any guidance because, I mean, yeah, can I go on YouTube and see tutorials? Yeah, but I don't know that I'm comfortable building a whole house, even a tiny house, with just YouTube tutorials. So I want to get some people who do know how to at least do the framing, because I don't even know how to do framing. I mean, I can watch. I've watched a lot of videos on doing it, but I really do want to consult with people who have done it before. So so that's what's happening on the tiny house build that me and my goddaughter are going to build, Cheryl. But I hope to be starting on it no later than March, because we have to get the trailer, we have to get the wood, and I want to do it to regular construction so that the braces or whatever you call them, the wood beams are the distance from each other that would be in a regular house for stability, because if you're moving it, it should be even more stable than a house, because a house isn't going to be moved up and down the road, but a tiny house could be. So I want it to be, this one definitely will be, because where we're building it is not where it's going to stay. So I want to make sure that I go over and above what is required for stability. And I would also like to get it certified, you know? So there are a lot of different tiny house certifications. And one other thing I'd like to do, Cheryl, is I want to go up to the Bay Area. I have a connection with someone whose family owns a tiny house construction company. And I'd like to go there and kind of watch and see, maybe spend the day there, actually seeing hands on how they do different stages and different steps. So I just am a researcher. I do a lot of research before I jump into something. So that's where we're at right now, Cheryl. And then April, I'm hoping to make my first trip to Panama. So a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff going on. But we'll see. We'll see. Graham says our friends are going to give us their Marley, another King Corso. Oh, wow. She has been chasing sheep, so they need to rehome her. We will miss Charlie, but we just can't risk having him any longer. No, if he's bitten 10 people, you absolutely cannot risk having him any longer. Oh, I love King Corsos. Oh my gosh. If I was younger, I would get one, but those are powerful dogs. And I just don't know that I could handle a King Corso at this stage in my life. Cuddles, he's only 60 pounds, but he's all muscle. And when he wants to go, it takes a bit to, keep restrain him. So I can't imagine what it would be like with a King Corso. That thing would be dragging me up and down the road. you know, I mean, even with training, there are certain dogs that have a mind of their own. Now, German Shepherds, they are geared to be working dogs, and they want to please, and they're easier to train because their personality is more trainable. But a Cane Corso, an Akita, there's a couple of dogs that are what do they call those Belgian Malinois? Oh my gosh, they're hard to train. And when you have a strong, powerful dog, you've got to have a dog that's trainable. So, Yeah, so I hope I'd love to see a picture of your Cane Corso. I just love those dogs. Vaughn saying, Janice, what size vehicle do you have? Stella says, I'm doing the Oregon coast next summer to get out of the heat here. Oh, that would be beautiful. It's so rugged and beautiful, that coastline. Sheila says, I'm going to try the Utah, Oregon, and Washington State next fall. Oh, wow. That sounds, especially Utah in the fall, going to some of those amazing parks, state, um, what am I calling the national parks in Utah. Oh my goodness, they're amazing, and did the perfect time is in October to go to them. Just early October before it starts snowing, when it cools down, the crowds aren't as bad because the kiddos in school are back in school. Oh, that would be wonderful. Vaughn's asking Stella, what part of Southern California are you in? Panda Chicken Mama says, your Big Bear Adventure Carol sounds like what I've always wanted to experience in a cabin with plenty of supplies and nowhere to go with all my crochet in my lap. It was a wonderful, wonderful experience. We rented cabins, and our cabin was really a cabin. It's called Cabin in the Pines or something. And I guess the owner, because we rented on VRBO, the owner, I guess, had um, um, hired someone because it's about midday. Someone came along and shoveled our driveway. So we were able to get out for a little bit. But I mean, the snow was piled high. But they're so used to snow up in the mountains that they have this snow shovel trucks, or whatever you call them. And they were going out within a little while shoveling. But there was mountains of snow on the sides of the roads. I'm telling you. But and where had a hot tub. So when the middle of all this snow everywhere, we got in the hot tub. I tell you, our heads were freezing and our bodies were hot. It was just amazing. So yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful experience, Panda Chicken Mama. Nora says, I go to a nearby Russian market and buy some cheap caviar. Ooh, that sounds good. And smoked salmon. I've had that for years on New Year's Eve, and some amaretto liqueur on the rocks. Do you ever have amaretto with cream in it? I forget what drink that's called, but it's a certain drink that it's called amaretto with cream. I a friend of mine's husband owned a place, well, they called them speakeasy back in the day. They were places that were after hours, and I don't even know if it was legal. I guess it was because they were open and they never got shut down. But they hired me. I didn't know squat about bartending, but they hired me to bartend for a couple nights. Oh, they were having some event. So I'm over there trying to have this little book. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was bartending, making all these drinks and stuff. You know, people got drinks they'd never had before with me bartending. But there's some drink that's amaretto and cream, and it is delicious. Oh my goodness, it's delicious. Whoo. That reminded me of that when you said that, Nora. Cheryl says, annually, I like to reevaluate all things. More time for me, which I never do. Yes, this year I would like to take more time for me. For the last, I don't know how many years, I've been preoccupied with Jess and her needs and everything. This year, I would like to be just a teeny tiny little bit selfish a little bit this year. We'll see. We'll see. I'd like to have a year of me. Is that too much to ask? Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe even a month of me. Maybe that would be better. But I would like to do some things on my list. Um, Clark says, enjoyed my 50th in September at the local senior center. Oh my goodness. Wow. They had your 50th at the local senior center. That is funny. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. Sheila says, I haven't been to a high school reunion, but my eighth grade reunion is great. It's 60, I believe. So you went to an eighth grade reunion. I've never heard of that. That's very cool. Uh, Barbara Dove says, I go to church for New Year's Eve service. Yes, we used to. I don't know if we'll do it. I don't think we'll do it this year, but it's called, we use go to watch service. Yeah, where you're there through midnight and you watch the new year come in. Yep, we go to New Year's Eve watch service. Absolutely. And then afterwards they have all kind of cake and stuff. So we used to love that as a kid. PJ says, who is out by the Napa area? One of my classmates' family, her family owns a winery in Napa. Actually, it's near Youngstown, near that famous. Not, I don't think it's too far from that famous. I think Mondavi is over there. There's a whole lot of wineries over there, and they own a winery over there. A vineyard and a winery, yeah. So, and have owned it for, I guess it's been in their family for generations. Let's see who else. Thank you, one of my members, C. Victoria. Happy New Year, Globies. Happy New Year to you too. Oh, this is going to be a good year. A good year. I just feel it. I feel it. It's going to be an amazing year. Lots of projects already on the stove percolating. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Hey, Donald's in the house, my brother Donald. Hey, Donald, how's it going? Vaughn says the last few reunions got canceled because no one wanted to pay $300 to go. Wow. Now that's a lot of money. We were complaining last one, I think it was that I went to, because it was $50 a plate. Well, they had it at the school. Well, the school has boarding students, so they have a big kitchen, and they had, everyone was saying why they should just call it a fundraiser, because they had this little piece of rubber chicken and a little something, and it was $50. And we were saying $50 for this, but hey, but I doubt now. I don't think they would have the nerve to charge $300, because again, they have it at the school, so they don't have to pay for the room, and they have it in the big. They have a big auditorium that they have there. Really nice one actually. That they have. They set up all the tables in there and have the event in there. So all I have to do is pay for the food. So, and I don't know who. I don't think the nuns cook the food. I think they have cooks that they hire that cook the food, if I recall. I don't remember, but let's see. Motu Sin says, contemplating, taking care of myself better. Amen to that. Now I'll go along with that, so I can continue to take care of others, which brings a lot of joy. Ah, that's so sweet. My brain says I'm much younger than my body says. Don't all of our brains say that? My brain tells me I feel young. I feel so young in my mind. But my body is saying, mm-mm. And one thing my brain does tell me, like not getting a Cane Corso, it says, okay, let's back up here. Let's remember that you're not a spring chicken anymore. I'm 73. Do you believe that? I'm 73 now. Woo! I think I'm going to have a big old blowout for my 75th. I'll be 3/4 of a century. Come 75th. You know what? I had a big blowout in Quartzsite for my 70th. I think I'm going to have a big blowout in Quartzsite for my 75th. And the creek don't rise. Yes, I'm announcing that today. A big blowout for my 75th in Quartzsite. But yeah, that's a great Motu sense. Yep. Taking better care of yourself, and the fact that you get joy from helping others, that's just lovely. That really is lovely. Everyone's saying hi to Donald. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Sheila says, I change my all religious every 3,000. Yeah, that's when I think is the best to do it, Sheila. Everyone's saying hello. Vaughn says PJ Clark is in the chat a few minutes ago. Okay. Sheila says, my mechanic says I can wait to 5,000. Now, do you do mostly highway driving, Sheila? Because this guy said if you do mostly highway, he said 5,000 is okay. But I do it around 3,500 is when I do it. Hey, CW Style. Hello, hello. Everyone's saying hello, hello. Sheila says, I had my mechanic for 40 years. He's so great. Well, hey, he knows your vehicle, and if you trust him, hey, go with what he says. Cheryl says, I'm well aware of build delays. Ugh, mine is so delayed. Yes, you were talking about that. But I'm talking about build delays on the tiny house, but yes, what is happening with your build, Cheryl? What is going on with it? PJ says, foam is good, but then you are breathing all those chemicals. Yeah, you know, I thought about that, but you have trade-offs, and I have decided that based on where it's going to probably be, which is going to be in some severe weather, I think it's important to have at least in part of the house to have foam. But CW Style is saying hello to everyone. Cheryl says, how will you do that from Panama? I'm not planning to live full time in Panama. I'm going to Panama for an initial visit because I want to go when the weather is the hottest and it's very humid, because Panama is very close to the equator. So it's very humid and very hot in their summer season. So I want to go in the season that I think would be most problematic for me to see if I can tolerate it. So I'm making a visit. I'm going to visit different areas. I like Panama City. That's really where I want to be. Although Paquete, which is up in the mountains, has actually the largest expat community, and it's much cooler. They call it the eternal spring of Panama. But it's not as close to the hospital that I want to be within a reasonable distance from. So, they're trade-offs. So I'm going to go visit and see how I feel, if it makes me, because when I went to North Carolina one summer when it was particularly hot and humid, I got sick. So I have to see before I do all this that I can tolerate it. And if I can't tolerate the city, I want to do the visit to the mountains to see if I like the mountains, not just if I can tolerate the mountain. I know I'll like the city. I know that. But I don't know, and I know I would like the beach, but I really want to be in the city. So we'll see. We'll see. But back to your question, I'm not going to live in Panama full time. I'm going to live in there part the year. And Panama, one of the reasons I chose Panama versus Portugal or Albania or some of those other places, or Vietnam or even Thailand, which I looked at, is because Panama is an easy flight back to the United States, and it's not real expensive. It's an easy flight back into Tijuana if I wanted to go Aeromexico, and also some American Airlines fly into Tijuana. It's an easy flight to Houston, and from Houston to come back to San Diego. So I'm going to check it out, but I'll be there part of the year and part of the year here. So I'm still going to be doing a tiny house community and other things, but and it takes about 6 months, 6 to 8 months once you start the process to get your permanent visa. So I'll be able to, if it takes more than 6 months to build this tiny house, something is wrong, you know? So, um, I'm going to be building the tiny house during the time. This is the plan. You know what they say, we make plans, God laughs, but the idea is to build the tiny house while I'm waiting for my visa to be approved and issued, and then do another visit back there, to establish a place where I'm going to be living when I'm there, you know. But we'll see, I'm just excited about the process. But yeah, I'm not going to live there permanently. I do want Panama as a backup plan in case things really go off the rails here, which based on things that have happened recently, that's a possibility. So, but it's a backup plan, and to a backup plan, and B, a part-time residency. And then one of the good things about Panama, why I also chose it, is you don't have to stay full time in Panama to keep your residency active. A lot of places you have to stay there the majority of the year. In Panama, I believe, I don't know exactly, but I believe you only have to be there a couple of times, once or twice in a whole 2-year period, and you don't have to be there for extended stays. There are a lot of people who own second homes in Panama. I won't own a second home, that's not my plan. But there are a lot of people who own second homes in Panama who go there and stay a few months and go back to their primary residence. So I hope that answers your question. I know I went into probably a lot of more detail than you expected, Cheryl, but that's the answer to that. Vaughn said, "Did anyone else see the video that Costco is selling tiny homes?" No, I didn't. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out. But hey, it's a good starting price. Now, I did see the ones that they had, that I did a video on them. They had one that was for $800, but it wasn't meant to be a tiny home. It was meant to be a shed. But I did a video on it because you could have turned it into a tiny house, and it was only $800. But no, I haven't seen that. I'm gonna go check that out, Vaughn. Thanks for letting me know. Nora is saying, Cheryl, she isn't planning to be in Panama full time. Exactly, exactly. Cheryl says, a lot to manage, even part time in Panama. Well, I've always had 58 irons in the fire, so this is nothing new to me. You know, raising a child with autism, that's like having 1,000 irons in the fire. All the things you have to do, dealing with the school, dealing with this, dealing with that. I won't even go into it. Dealing with all these 50 million therapies, from occupational to speech to vision to, I can't even go into it. So if I can handle that, this should be a walk in the park compared to that. And then still at that time I was working for part of that time, plus anyhow. So I think I'll be able to do a chair, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Vaughn, do you have a link for the Costco tiny house? That would be great. Yeah, I think I will work it out, Nora. I think I will. Miss Net says, Vaughn, I haven't heard that yet, but thank you. I'll look into it. Me too. That's very exciting. I'm dying to look into that. Oh my words. Cheryl says, Carol, have you looked into starting with a shell of whatever type? Well, what I want to do, the first one, I really want to not start with a shell. That's my hope, but I could change my mind and do the shed conversion. I'm not, I haven't completely shut that possibility down, so we'll see. We'll see. Um I'll just have to see, you know, but I would rather start from scratch. That's my preference, but I would consider starting with a shell already done, a shed conversion, and putting that on a trailer and building that out, which would be easier, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up. You'll just have to watch and see how it turns out. Everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Letha says, one has to wonder how dog is allowed to bite. Yeah, that's a lot of people, 10 people. Ooh. Over here, if I don't know about, apparently the rules and laws are different in Australia, but here, if a dog has bitten 2 people, it's a serious problem for the owner. And depending on the first bite, if it's a very serious one, it could be a big, big problem. PJ says, the best to me is a mini schnauzer, stubborn. However, they are working dogs and the best. Yeah, my stepsister loved mini schnauzers. She had always wanted one, never did get one. Sheila says Lulu did that this fall. Did what this fall? Uh oh, maybe the trip. Okay. Sheila says gigantic makes Samson, that was 125 pounds, is small compared to Cane Corso. Yeah. Yeah, a Cane Corso, but they're so beautiful. They're just beautiful dogs and smart. But yeah, they're not, that's a serious dog. Uh Janice says I have a Nissan Sentra. Okay, yeah. Now, I do know someone who is living full time in her smart car, but I'm not recommending that you make a trip and camp in your Nissan Sentra, Janice. But it can be done. But it would be, I think it would be pretty uncomfortable, quite honestly. Hey, Muskegee, I didn't see you. Did you ease in here? Hello, hello. Um, Sheila says Samson was a treeing walker coonhound, the best dogs in my opinion. He passed away at almost 11. Wow. I actually am partial to German shepherds. I will say I am very partial to them. Although Cuddles has been just an amazing dog. He really has. But PJ says VRBO, the owners have to have $1 million of insurance to be a VRBO. Well, good. That's encouraging to know that the place that I rented, they had to have $1 million in insurance. That's encouraging. Glad to hear that. Um uh Oh, that's right. Kahlua and cream. Yeah. But amaretto and cream is good too. It's Kahlua and cream. Yes, that's what it was. I told you guys I'm not a bartender. Someone probably asked me for a Kahlua and cream. I probably gave him amaretto and cream. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was no bartender, but I didn't get a lot of complaints. I mean, I didn't get any complaints actually. I guess well, I was young and you had to wear this real tight little outfit, so I guess I didn't get any complaints. What can I say? Oh, very different time those days. Stella says Vaughn's on a roll. I don't like to tell my exact location for safety reasons. I absolutely, Stella. I absolutely concur with that. Um, Marie says saying hello, hello. Janice said no, Vaughn's looking for a small van. Now, are you looking for a small van like the miniature, I don't know what they call it, but the miniature Ram, not the ProMaster, but the little ProMaster? Are you looking for a smaller van like maybe like the a minivan? What kind of small van are you looking for? I'll tell you. When I first tried a minivan, I tried it for a weekend and I went to my first RTR. This has been what, a decade ago, before they had them all at the park, when they used to have them it was just wonderful then. But anyhow, I went in a minivan. It was a rented minivan. Now, of course, I had just a cooler and I had a cot for a bed, so I didn't have the setup I have now. And I thought, oh, I could never do this. I could never do this. And now I'm doing most of my travel in my minivan and I love it. I absolutely love it. So I think a minivan, I thought, oh, you can't stand, but I discovered that when I'm in the van, I'm when I'm in my big van, except for cooking, I wasn't really standing. I was sitting most of the time. And you spend so much time outside your van, really, when you're with other people. You're sitting outside and doing things and going places. So I love my minivan. I really do. So I'm wondering what kind of smaller van you're looking for, Janice. Uh, oh, okay. Vaughn was saying, sorry, Sheila, meant county. I understand. Absolutely. Miss Net says, I can just picture Carol bartending. Oh, yeah. It was. And I did work part-time too as a cocktail waitress. Oh, no, I must admit, though, I guess the statute of limitations is expired on this, but I was a cocktail waitress and I was only 18. So, yeah, what can I say? So yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but it was very, very, very good money. It was as a disco place. And I mean, yeah, it was amazing, amazing money, quite honest. But then I was at then I was a sommelier. You had to wear like a Gibson girl was this big white blouse with puffy sleeves and a big long black skirt, and we, you know, it was just a glorified cocktail waitress. But at that particular place, you made bank. I mean, really bank, because it was right across the street from the state house. And I mean, you had all kinds of politicians coming in and ball players, and everyone stayed at the particular it was at a very, very fancy, well-known, I'm not going to state what, but it was a very well-known, famous hotel. So, but yeah, oh yeah, I've had a quite storied past. What can I say? But fun. I've always had a lot of fun in life. What can I say? So some things you guys didn't know about me, huh? Nora says sombrero is Kahlua and cream. A Russian, that's what it was. A white Russian. Yep, Kahlua cream and vodka. Yes, yes, a white Russian. Yep, yep, yep. Uh, so Nora, you know quite a bit about your drinks there, lady. Now, I did like Manhattans too. I did like a Manhattan. But I rarely drink now. I may I rarely even have a glass of wine. I may have a wine cooler in the summer. You know, the kind that comes in the packages you put in the freezer and freeze them, and then you dump them in your drink. I may have one of those in the summer periodically, but yeah, now I do like, what is that? It's a white creamy drink that's like a liqueur. We have that for New Year's, and oh my gosh, it's so delicious. It's cinnamony. I don't remember what it is. You don't make it up, you pour it directly out of the bottle. And a nice eggnog. Oh, what am I getting off onto here? I'm talking about all this stuff. You think I drink myself silly. But during the holidays, I may have a glass to celebrate. But I rarely now have any alcohol. Graham says, just by loving him too much and always making excuses for him. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, his time has now come. If it was up to me, he would have gone after the first time, but the bride insisted on training. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are lucky because here 10 bites. Ooh, ooh. But I know how hard it is to let go of your dog. That's like almost letting go of your child. That is hard. It's very, very hard. But and putting a muzzle on him, I can see how that, yeah. But Cheryl says Angel's Kiss is chocolate liqueur and a kiss of whipped cream. Now that sounds good. Oh my. Oh my. Cheryl says at Pepper that is with Cal. Not sure I'm getting that. Yeah, that is heartbreaking, Graham. It really is, and I'm so sorry. Cheryl says, I went to parochial school. Me too, from 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. I sure did. But it was a boarding school, so I stayed on campus. Jackie says, my 40th was canceled, not enough to go. Wow. And it's a little private Christian school. That's kind of sad. That really is sad. Randy Bailey says, I never did drink, so I would be very generous and no telling your drinks would taste what your drinks would taste like. Yeah, no telling what my drinks tasted like either, but no one complained. Amazing. Amazingly. Sheila says, yes, it's going to be a great year. It is. It's going to be a fabulous year. Thank you, Nora. Yeah, hit that like, everyone. PJ says, I've been going to Napa since I was born, have family there. My aunt knows all the old families of Napa. Oh, cool, cool. There was a winery. They had a fire there. I don't know if it completely burned down, but I know a lot of it burned. There was a winery there that was built like a castle. It was the most beautiful thing. And we did a tour, and the tour guide took an interest in us because we were asking so many questions, you know me. And she gave us really a private tour all over and showed us how they distilled this and that. And she gave us samples of the grape juice. I bought some of the grape juice. It was the best. The wine that they, for whatever reason, didn't use in the, the grapes they didn't use in the wine, they made grape juice out of. I have never had grape juice that tasted like that. It was so delicious. But a few years after we were there, I saw that they had a fire and it destroyed a lot of it. But it was the most beautiful winery I've ever seen. And I'm not too far from that winery. And you may know what I'm talking about, PJ. They had a cooking school. And you can go and sample the meals that the students who were graduating would. Yeah, it was very, very well-known cooking school in Napa, near the winery. Um, yeah, Marie, no, his dog was a chronic biter, so they had to let him go, Marie. He had bitten a lot of people. Motusen says Stella, Highway 32 Silence area and other areas have suffered extensive road damage and around the Newport Lincoln City area. Wow. Be sure to check the road trip app before you visit the coastline in Oregon. Wow. Wow. That's not unusual for those coastal areas to have road damage. I know in Malibu they're always having something like that. Maria says pass, not past. Okay. Uh thank you, Marie. Thank you. Uh thank you, Muskegee Land. I know. It was a nice day. What can I say? Sheila says I'm 78, will be 79 March 1st. Well, happy birthday in advance, Sheila. See, Victoria says, I'll be there next year, God willing. Oh, that's great. I look forward to it. You're going to be 77 on Monday, Violets and Roses. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Violets. Oh, my goodness. Muskegee Land says, I'm 58. There's no stopping me, baby. Boomers are paving the way. Yeah, I was supposed to be doing, oh my goodness, a video on boomers. I'd done a lot of research, but I hadn't put it together completely. And then I just decided I wanted to do that video that I did earlier in the week on, how they're just using divisiveness rather, and to distract us from what they're doing and how they're, excuse my language, but how they're screwing over just everyday people. And when I say they, I mean corporations, Wall Street, uber wealthy, just it's and the graft. Oh my gosh, just uber wealthy. What they're doing to everyday people is just, in my mind, morally bankrupt. Just absolutely morally bankrupt. So I did that video, and then I wanted to do the video on the automobiles because so many people are going to be in courtside, and I wanted to give you some tips, especially if you're going to be there for a long time. You need to be changing those air filters. But anyhow, so hopefully this week we'll see if I can get that video up or not. Hey, David. David says, I'm not a senior, even have a driving license. I just like to watch this channel. I'm glad you're here watching, David. You know what? You're lucky you don't have to drive. Oh my goodness. But lots of interesting information. I'm sure you know people who drive. You can share that information with them. Cheryl says, you go, girl, Carol. 75 years young. Well, actually, 73 here, but are you 75? Oh, here's to the journey onward, Champagne. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I am going to be celebrating. It may just be for a short time on New Year's Day, but at 3 o'clock New Year's Day, I'm going to be celebrating with you guys, at least for a little while, so we can start the new year. They say, however you start the New Year's is how you're going to do it all year long. So I want to be spending some time with you on a regular basis all year long. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for all of your kind wishes and words. And yes, happy birthday. Ma SF Garden Oasis is saying happy birthday to Violets and Roses. Oh my goodness. Everyone's saying hello to David. Miss Net says, I totally agree, Muskegee Land. I'll be 57 in a few short months. Oh, you guys are just hitting your prime. Oh, please. 57, 58. You're just hitting your prime. If I had known then what I know now, I would have realized I was in my prime. 50 is the new 30, I'm telling you. Could be an interest one day, Janice is saying, David. Oh my goodness. Everyone's wishing Violet and Rose's happy birthday. Everyone's saying welcome to David. Miss Gigi Land says Gen X rules. Watch out. Well, you know, a lot of Gen Xers and the people, the generation coming after you are blaming baby boomers for everything that's gone wrong. I don't get that. What did we do wrong? Although I'm going to do a video showing you some of the things that we did do. But yeah, they're blaming us. You guys don't blame us. Hey, we were trailblazers. But you guys, hey, you guys have a lot going on too. Muskegee Land says, what about Puerto Rico? Actually, you know, I just looked at there's a place called Viegas that are Vegas, VIE something over in Puerto Rico. It is very beautiful, but there's no hospital, no shopping. I mean, that would be probably the only place. But the other thing about Puerto Rico, as we all know from the last time they have hurricanes, and I don't want to be anywhere that has hurricanes. And Panama doesn't have hurricanes. From all of the research that I've done, they don't have hurricanes. So I didn't want to be, you know. David says, I can't drive due to a disability. Oh, well, I'll tell you, David, sometimes you may be better off, because I tell you right now, there are so many people with road rage out there. It is unbelievable. So you may be saving yourself a lot of headache by not driving. In fact, I was at a stoplight and it had turned green and I was just getting ready to go through it. And for some reason, I paused for a second and this big old truck, this was a week before last, came barreling through and he would have hit me just as I was entering that. And I would not be here doing that, doing this live. So, you know what? There's crazy people out there driving. There's people who are stressed out and following people. And my goddaughter's my daughter's big sister was telling me about how someone followed her and her kids. She was driving and they cut her off, and she said she just went like, she just looked at them like that. She didn't do any signs, she didn't yell, she just went like, but and not even really mean, just like, what were you doing? They started following her, and she had her 2 children in the car. So she called a friend and asked him to meet her. So he met her at, she pulled into a gas station. They pulled in behind her, but her friend was already at the gas station. And he got in. He was in a big truck and he came barreling over there and hopped out of his truck and started walking over towards them. And they took off leaving. But that shows you, they saw a woman with 2, just cowards, just absolute cowards. I almost wish that they had gotten out so he could have dealt with them. But then, you know, I cannot tolerate a bully, you know. But yeah, so David, I say all that to say, you know, I'm not saying that it's good that you have a disability, but I'm saying that to some extent you may be being saved from a lot of heartache. So sometimes it's not all bad. I don't know what your situation is, and I hope whatever it is, that if it's something that can get better, that it will. You know, I pray that it will. But a lot of crazies out there right now. Virgin Islands, no, no. I really think Panama is the place, and the other place that I didn't mention because I hadn't done enough research on it is Uruguay. And if I do not do Panama, I will seriously look at Uruguay. So hopefully Panama will work out, you know. So we'll see. Sylvie says, yay, Globies. Hi, Carol. As for Panama, it's probably best to keep an eye on the regional situation with the military buildup in the Gulf. I know. Is that crazy or what? I just pray that things don't get. I'm not even going to get into that, the whys I think that that's happening. But can you say oil and money? But anyhow, I am keeping an eye on the region, but we'll see what happens, you know. We'll just see what happens, Sylvie. But you do make an excellent point. Janice said, we were warmer in North Carolina today, but it's been chilly this year and last. Yes, I saw, and Barry's was in Virginia, and I have another friend in Virginia, and they say it has been cold, cold, cold in Virginia too. Randy says the doctors say I absolutely will not say see 75 years. Well, bah humbug on him, Randy. He hasn't heard you pray, so either way, I get to enjoy today. You are going to make more than the doctor says, and we're just we're just calling out in prayer. We want you to be the miracle that lets that doctor know that he doesn't know everything, Randy. We want you to be the miracle that lets him know that God is still on the throne and he's still saying what our expiration date is on this earth. So you know what? How would a doctor even say that to you? Okay, well, we're going to count on Dr. Jesus here, okay? So we're not going to count on a earthly doctor. So yeah, he hasn't heard us pray. We're every day, and now I'm going to even double. You know what, Randy? I'm going to pray for your doctor too. I'm going to pray for him too, that he learns to not say some things. Cheryl says, I think my build drama will be my intro on my new YouTube channel. Absolutely. Absolutely, Cheryl. I agree. I paid for Peace Love van, and my van will still not be finished. That is over 2 years. Builder actually said rent a van and go to it. What? Your builder should be renting the van. Let me know on email who your builder is, Cheryl. I don't want to say it on here, but do you want to email me who your builder is? I wonder if it's someone I know. That's just absolutely ridiculous because I'll be happy to give them a call, Cheryl. That's ridiculous. 2 friggin' years? You could build a mansion in 2 years. Hey, CW Styles saying Happy New Year's, Carolyn Globies. Muskegee Land says, I vote Panama. Won't the canal zone be USA? Wasn't the canal zone the USA? The canal zone is now run by Panama. It's run by Panama. So we'll see. But so many things are changing. You can't, from one day to the next, you don't even know. PJ says, I'm ready for spring. My heat bill was $266 this month. It doubled from last year. Wow. Wow. That's one good thing about a tiny house. You got it. You can manage your heat bill. Oh my goodness. Nora says, wishing everyone a happy New Year. I need to leave early. Bye, Nora. Happy New Year, Nora. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I will talk to you, I'm sure, before the new year. Yes, Violet and Roses. Randy, prayers work and doctors have been wrong. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? It's 4:30. We got to get CW Styles says hello to Jessica and Cuddles. I will. I will. Cheryl says, Carol, did you go to that website I sent you? I'm trying to remember what website it was. I'll have to go back and look. You know what? I don't remember, Cheryl. I don't remember. Which website was it? I don't remember, Cheryl. I'll have to go back and check. I don't want to answer because I can't remember now. What? Oh my goodness. I can hardly remember what happened yesterday, much less a week or two ago. Marie says, your plan and your backup plan is fabulous. Yeah. Anyone that knows me knows I like to have a plan and a backup plan, and sometimes a backup plan to my backup plan. What can I say? I'm just compulsive, I guess. I'm a recovering, actually, I'm not a recovering. I'm still a compulsive person, and I probably will be till the day I depart this earth. And hey, it is what it is. Muskegee Land says, always have a backup plan. And yep, that's it. You're right. All right, Nora, Happy New Year. Everyone's saying, yes, go check Nora's link. She has some beautiful, beautiful artwork over there. Go check it out. Please go check it out. Ma says, Moral Garden Oasis says, I feel your pain, PJ. I'm in San Francisco and not looking forward to seeing the bill. I dislike PG&E. PG&E. Oh yeah. Remember when they that Aaron Bow, what's it? I forget what her name was, but yeah, PG&E. They were reportedly responsible for a huge fire and just all. Yeah, no. I had an uncle who used to work for PG&E, and it almost made him have a nervous breakdown. Oh, and he was a brilliant, brilliant, wonderful man. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them either, I have to say. All right, everyone. I know there's probably many more, many more. Someone saying hi, Savannah. Did I miss Savannah? Hello, Savannah. Oh, Muskogee Land is designing small cottages, 700 square foot. Well, I'll have to check that out. Hey, Della May is new in the house. Hello. All right, folks, I am going to have to get going. I am so sorry to not get to all of your comments, but I've got to go. Jessica's out to dinner with a friend, and I'm going to have to go pick her up in a little bit. She's there doing an early dinner because her friend's mother is in the hospital. She was in an automobile accident the day after Christmas. So he wanted to eat early so he can go back to the hospital. So anyhow, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. May it be a year filled with blessings galore, so full that you can't even contain them all. And I will look forward to seeing you on New Year's Day, maybe just for a little while, maybe for longer, I'm not sure. And I know I'm missing a lot of comments, but anyone in here who's first time in the house, would you please put a number 1 so I can acknowledge you? Would you do that? And if you have a channel you want me to shout out, would you also put a C? But do it quickly because I've got to get going here. So quickly, number 1, first time in the house, and anyone that's Randy, I'm praying fervently for you. Muskegee, I see that says I'll do a show about my plans for the community. Please do. Please do. Ivac says PJ Stitchery, everyone here knows that, including my comment to you still stands. I didn't see that, so I missed a lot because I'm at the bottom of the comments now. So apparently people have been making comments, but I already know I'm missing a lot. But one somewhat new, Michael. Okay, Michael. Everyone say hello to Michael at Cyber 8916. Hello. And okay, we're not going to do this, PJ. I'm going to erase that comment. I didn't see the other one, but we're going to keep it pleasant here. Cheryl said, scared to outbreak builder while he has my van and my money and my van. I do know that, but maybe a couple of phone calls might help, Cheryl. But you let me know if I can help in any way. I will. Yeah, there were at least 3 new people today. Anyone number 1? Let me know. Okay, we're gonna be gone. All right, folks. Again, I will hopefully see you. I will be somewhere where I'll have internet on New Year's Day, so hopefully I will see you. And go check out the video. I think you're really going to enjoy it on how to make your car last almost forever. All right, I will see you hopefully New Year's Day. Bye, and have a wonderful, and don't forget to have some black-eyed peas, some greens, and some cornbread. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.